Just talking about it. Okay, so give me 1 second.
Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Arlene Way, and I'm a trustee with the Albany Library the public library system. It's that kind of a day. Anyway, welcome to the meeting of the nominating committee. I am joined by team members, Dr. Brenda Robinson and Donna Dixon. And today our objective is to prepare for the information session we will be having for people who are interested, exploring the possibility of running for a trustee seat later this spring. Are there any questions from the public?
Hit the wrong button here. So we have not had any public comment as of the beginning of this meeting. We do want to remind everybody that you may submit public comment to our email address, publiccomment@albanypubliclibrary.org. That's publiccomment@albanypubliclibrary.org, or leave a voicemail message at 518-290-6905. Once again, that is 518-290-6905. Please state your name and your address as a City of Albany resident. And public comment will be read at designated times during meetings. Committee meetings are read at the beginning, and during full board meetings are read both at the beginning and at the end of the meeting.
Thank you, Melanie, for doing that. Okay, so no questions from the public. Let's roll up our sleeves and get busy. Donna has already been busy. She's been creating all kinds of stuff. She's reviewed past presentations and made some notes to update the process. So let's get started. Do we have access to the PowerPoint?
Let me open that up and I can share that one moment.
Okay.
Are you looking to go slide by slide, or how do you want to roll out on the actual PowerPoint?
Well, there's not many of them.
Exactly.
So
Right.
the thing is, it's not a lot. And basically what we're doing is updating, and then we'll talk about the format for presentation.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I will offer, since I updated this myself last night, I'm happy to walk through it, to lead walking through it, if you'd like me to, Arlene.
Sure, that would be fine. Thank you.
Okay, and then I can just tell you what changes I made. I didn't track them, but I remember what I changed. So this is based on the presentation that Sarah Dallas put together for the 2021 library trustee election. And on the first slide, I changed the year, obviously, in the trustee contacts to myself.
I'm just gonna butt in 1 second.
Yep.
We all worked on that. I was part of that as well as Matt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Just Sarah.
Thank you. The file was named Dallas, so
Okay.
that's where that was coming from. I apologize.
No problem.
So the names of the trustee contacts are just in alphabetical order with our Albany Public Library email addresses, which is how it was last year. I think I've got an extra slide in there, which I'll take out. There's a blank slide. And is this showing on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm just looking at my own copy of it, not looking at the Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And I don't know which is correct.
So I'm on mission statement, slide 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think on the slide that I was looking at, it wasn't showing up, but yes, that's there. I didn't change that.
Okay.
So if we could go to slide 3. The only update I did here was to put in the full title for Handbook for Library Trustees of New York of New York State, and it was actually 2018, not 2019 was the last edition. So I just corrected that. No changes there. Duty of care definition has not changed. On slide 5, nothing there has changed. It goes over duty of loyalty and conflicts of interest. The duty of obedience, that has not changed. Responsibilities, the same. And election process, I updated a few things on the actions side, on the right side of the slide. The collection minimum of 46 signatures is what's required for 2022. Petitions are to be submitted no later than 5 p.m. on Wednesday, April 27th to the clerk of the Albany City School District. And the library asks that you notify Melanie. I think the slide last year was worded to send the petitions to the director, and it's actually, you submit the petitions to the school district, but we ask that you also notify the interim executive director that you're going to be running. And then collecting signatures.
Can I just ask a question about that?
Yep.
Have to notify. Can you just back up just a second on that?
Sure.
About this notification piece?
Mhm.
Mandatory thing to notify the executive director?
The wording in the packet says that the library asks that you notify.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
It
I'm
helps us
assu-
to contact the people.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify, just in case someone did run and they didn't notify, would that be an issue? That's why I just wanted to clarify.
It wouldn't be an issue, but I mean, but
Mhm.
it's just
Should, yeah, I mean, I would encourage it. The question just came to mind.
because we do the candidate forum, it's a way
Yeah,
for us.
think
And
it's a
so
good
that can be
idea.
talked
Yes.
during your presentation. That's why we ask that you do that.
And I agree. I just wanted clarification.
Yeah, and Melanie, we're notified by the school district of who has submitted petitions, correct? And
Correct.
when those petitions are verified, is that the
Correct.
right wording?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And going on, the only thing that I changed here was on the right-hand side where it said where to collect. I just bolded and italicized signatures may be collected outside of the library, just to emphasize that point, that we cannot have people collecting signatures inside the library.
But they should feel free. They should feel free to collect signatures door to door.
Oh, yep, absolutely.
Okay.
So should we put that in? So signatures may be collected by going door to door, comma, outside of the library or in other public places in the community.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I'll update that. Going door to door. And there's more, there is more detail about that in the candidate, the actual official packet. But that's a really good point to just emphasize that, yep, this is when you want to go knock doors and ask for signatures. Door to door. TC, okay. And I didn't change anything else on that slide from last year. So campaign strategies, the campaign candidate forum, I updated that to say that it's going to be Tuesday, May 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Washington Avenue branch, and that it will be live streamed and recorded.
Mhm. Mhm. Now, do we want to say anything in the presentation about expectation for training? Because that's
Oh,
going
you
to
mean
be
the
a
requirement in 2023 that
Right.
continuing education is required? That's a great idea. I really like that. And put that
And-
into the responsibilities.
And prior to that, board members, there's a training that's available to all new board members. And so they should be expected to participate in that.
Mhm.
And then, this new requirement that's going to happen in 2023, they need to be aware that there's that commitment.
So can we add another slide under responsibilities and add that?
Or maybe we can embed it in a discussion about duty of care. So they have a responsibility, trustees have a responsibility to be knowledgeable about the board and board requirements and about libraries. And so maybe that would be a place where we can make a note, but during the presentation, highlight that responsibility.
So the note would be, what would the note be? You said make a note under duty of care. What would that wording be that you're thinking of, Arlen?
To be to the effect that they are expected to grow in their knowledge of libraries, library concerns, and attend required trainings.
I think that is perfect to put under duty of care, but I also think under responsibilities, they have a responsibility for training or whatever it is. I think specifically saying it specifically what that is, being that it is, to add that. I think so we can be clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that,
Under
yeah, I agree. I think it should be under responsibilities as a separate bullet point. And I'm wondering, I think the duty of care definition, that language comes directly from the library trustee handbook. So it might be something. Yeah, well, I like it. I like it better under responsibilities, but I think it's something that we could mention as part of our script.
Okay.
Under duty of care. Does that work?
Yes.
So we'll put the bullet under responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Anything else so far?
That was the thing for me. Otherwise, I thought you did an excellent job.
Okay. And then I just clarified that there's 3 5-year terms beginning and 1 4-year term beginning July 1st, and that the new trustees are sworn in at the July Board of Trustees meeting. Is there, I know that there's a requirement backing up to responsibilities, if you wouldn't mind, Melanie, is there a requirement that you must attend a certain percentage of meetings a year? I mean, is there, I know that this was something that was changed under policies and governance when I was last on the board, and I think it's been revisited, that I know there's a procedure for if someone misses what's considered to be in too many meetings, that there can be a process for removing that person.
It's the board
So I'm wondering if we should include something in responsibilities about must attend monthly trustee meetings and participate on committees.
We did a whole policy about being excused, and
So this is the current, and this did go through policy and governance and get reviewed. I do have to update that it was reviewed.
Yep.
On for March of 2022.
Yeah.
We just have to add that.
So I think in the PowerPoint, we could probably just say must regularly attend Board of Trustee meetings and committee meetings as assigned. Keep it kind of general, but we can get into detail if we need to.
Yes.
Okay, I'll add that also.
And I think that's vital to, Rebecca kind of alluded to it with the board clerk position, but I think a lot of the board members need to know it's not a once a month meeting, it's a once a month meeting plus assigned committee meetings.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
also, they must be vigilant about attending board meetings and committee and participating in their, and fulfilling rather, their committee responsibilities,
Mhm.
which I must say, I'm not feeling too much today. Those Upper Hudson people are having 5 90-minute training sessions on anti-racism stuff that I have to attend tonight at 6:30 in person. I am not having,
They are recommending all library boards go through that as well. If we happen to do that, I will let you be excused as having already attended it through the Upper Hudson system. So you don't have to attend it twice.
Louise. Well, you know, perhaps we'll do better in terms of selecting the time for when we do this.
Yes.
Starting at 6:30 tonight, I'm just not feeling it. But anyway, oh my God, I digress. But that's one of the things that people who are looking to pursue this role have to be prepared for. You know, you're making a commitment, and you have to be prepared to be present for these things. It's important.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that even though it's hard, and people need to know there will be moments, you have to do what you have to do. You have to organize yourselves accordingly.
Yeah. You know, backing up to putting that into the responsibilities, the second bullet where it says regularly plan, it was a little vague to me. Like, what does that really mean? I mean, yes, we regularly plan, but it doesn't really say what goes into that. So I'm wondering if, rather than regularly plan, because I think planning is implied in serving on a board, you help to plan, is if we could replace regularly plan with the bullet about regularly attend meetings and fully, participate and fulfill committee responsibilities. Just seems like a better use of that line.
Because the planning, I think, is inherent in almost every other line. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Agreed. So that would be attend board and committee meetings on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I'll bring in some of the words that you mentioned, Arlene, about commit to regularly attending monthly board meetings and fulfilling committee responsibilities as assigned and needed.
Got to be
We
vigilant.
just don't want to make it too long. So yeah, let's make it as possible.
Yeah, maybe I could even split it into two, maybe.
I think if we keep it as one, but just make it concise as.
Okay. Okay. I'm very verbose, but I'll shorten that up.
That commitment piece is very important.
Yeah. Okay.
So are we all set with that?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Looking good.
Oh, roll back. When we talk about the evaluating the director, we can just say, we don't have to say, what is that language there? Because that bothered me a little bit. Regularly evaluate the director. Can we just say hire and evaluate the director?
Up to you guys.
Yeah.
You good with that, Donna?
Yeah, get
So
rid of
it's just
regularly.
hire and regularly evaluate director.
No, hire and evaluate the director.
Get rid of the word regularly.
We are supposed to really evaluate though.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I'm-
supposed to evaluate them, but, you know, regularly evaluate, what does that mean?
I think it means yearly. And I would actually want to keep that because I think I know that have been organizations and boards that fall behind on yearly evaluations, and that gets to be problematic.
So then can
Maybe
we
change it to annually instead of regularly?
annually? Yes, I feel better about that. So I would say, and evaluate director annually.
Well, I think it annually needs to modify evaluate. So if you put it at the end, it could be perceived to mean select, hire, and evaluate director annually, and could apply to all three of those actions.
Oh, I see what you're
But
saying.
let's replace
Okay.
regularly with annual.
Right,
Annual.
That's what she's
what I'm-
saying.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
leave it as is, just replace the word.
That's fine.
Donna, for those of you who have not worked with Donna in the past, she's our wordsmith and knows all of the grammar stuff that's proper, so. She keeps us honest with our grammar.
Okay.
Okay.
So one question I wanted to bring up, because we want to clarify it before we start advertising for this session. We said we were going to do this session virtually with the adoption of the new pandemic operation plan, and we are actually hitting low as of this week. We've actually hit 2 weeks in the low category
Okay.
for the CDC guidelines. We were wondering, do we still want to keep this as a virtual only meeting, or do we want to do this in person and have people attend in person, or do we want to do a hybrid where some people can be in person and some people could do virtually? If we do it all virtually, we got to make sure that we do it probably in this format, the Zoom, kind of like how we do our book clubs, where we have people that get the invite, so they register ahead of time and get the invite so they can communicate, because you do want to interact it with people, can ask questions.
Mhm.
So I do want to just give that caveat that it wouldn't be like we do board meetings where it's closed and we just record. It would have to be more of an interactive program.
Mhm.
We had
I
already
define-
agreed.
Brenda?
No, I was just going to mention, I thought we had already agreed on the mode of the meeting.
That it was going to be
Um,
virtual?
Didn't we, Arlene?
I thought we had agreed that we were going to do virtual for the information session, and we would be live for the forum.
Okay. We are good with it. I just
You
wanted
know,
to make
but
sure.
I can be flexible about this. What do you want to do?
It's up to you guys. I just wanted to give you that comment that it would be definitely
Yeah,
an
we had this
interactive program.
discussion. Yeah, like if things progressed and were safer or whatever, and we agreed on a live streaming, but I'm good either way, but we
This
can
would be the first week.
make
we
our
would-
decision to stick with it and move on
that
from
works.
it. And keep
All right.
going over the same thing over and over. So what's the decision? We already made it.
Okay.
Let's go.
We'll keep it virtual then, and I'll just make sure that people register for ahead of time, and then we provide the link that way.
Okay. Thank you, though, for raising that, Melanie. Okay.
So I know during the last meeting, I added to the agenda discussion of where to promote the candidate openings, because you guys were discussing that and we're working on a document.
Mhm.
I didn't have access to that document, so if one of you want to share that.
Okay, and I have some information to still add to it.
Okay.
So I'll
Is
be
that-
getting more information by tomorrow evening.
Okay, is that the, I updated the generic Why Become a Trustee brochure that was issued by the Library Trustees Association. And is there another? There was a script for the candidate forum and a draft info for candidates about forums.
Mm.
But I don't think I didn't have, any kind of a one-page information sheet or anything like that for prospective candidates. I think,
Okay.
yeah, that's the one. Could we,
So the one thing I put on the board docs was the candidate information packet.
Mhm.
That,
I saw that on there.
Let me grab that here.
oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
Yep,
I
that
saw
was,
that. Yeah,
And that's
Stephanie-
already been, that was already done by Stephanie, right?
mhm.
yes, nicely done.
Yep.
So this has been actually posted to our website already.
Mhm.
And I believe she highlights that they must be submitted to the clerk of the city school district. That's the one
Mhm.
everybody kind of misses. They think it's the city clerk and not the school district clerk. But so these are the packets. We will be printing them out and having them available.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, they did a good job. And also,
Mhm.
speaking of this, it's very, very helpful. One of the groups that I reached out to was an organization called ASAL, and I got to get the information acronyms for that.
Mhm.
And someone was interested in running for board trustee. And it was just nice to be able to, I pulled it up and the person pulled it up as well. And it was just nice to be able to refer to that. And yeah, they just gave so many compliments about this being loaded onto the site and how
That's great.
well done. So it was very informational and answered so many questions. So I'm like, thank you, APL. Thank you, Stephanie and Melanie. So
Stephanie does an awesome job on this. It's all her.
nicely done. Nicely.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Everything is right there.
Yes, nicely done.
Mhm.
So these are available, so like we can let people know. So if we have contacts at the other locations with that list that you guys came up with, feel free to share the website address with them or let them know that they can pick up the packets at the library.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, excellent.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I think that's all we needed to discuss tonight, correct?
Well, we need to talk about the format, don't we, for the information session? How we're going to do that and who's going to do what?
Actually, I think before we do that, the discussion, 3.02 discussion of where to promote candidate openings, there's sort of a sub action there, because this is coming up very quickly, is who is going to reach out to the various organizations that we've identified. And I wonder if we need to put, have the three of us claim those, or is one person going to do a blanket email to all of those organizations with the information? And how is that going to work? Would be my question.
Can we not send that packet that you just shared with us to those groups?
Yep. My question is who's doing which groups?
How does it usually get done?
I think in the past, what we've done is we've sent out our press release and put the information on our website. You guys coming up with the list of other other organizations to make sure to inform. That was a decision you guys made this year. So this is the first time it will have been done. So if you guys.
So before.
Usually I can say for the couple of organizations that I know personally, they received an email from, it came from APL with all the information on it.
So if you guys can get me that list, we can draft an email.
Okay.
And send it from APL.
Let's do that. That'll be good. And then that way APL will also have a list, have a record, of contacts. So that could work. Okay. All right. That's good.
Okay. And Melanie, that was in there was a link to it in the email that I sent out last night.
Let me see if I have that.
I thought I did.
Yep, I do. Okay.
Yep. So that, I've added everything to it that I can think of. And I did see that someone else did go in and add more.
So I have more to give.
Okay.
Okay.
How about I'll wait until Friday before I send something out?
Yeah, good. I have a couple people.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay. If you guys want to discuss how you're running the presentation, as I said, we'll post it as a virtual meeting with registration, and then we'll send out the link to everybody to participate, just as if we were for a like a book club, one of our book clubs.
Okay.
So it can be interactive. I can be there for the session to run the back end,
Okay.
but I will let you guys definitely run with the presentation and all of the information.
Okay. Okay. So when my only experience, I don't know what y'all did last year during COVID. My only experience was, we were all in the room together.
Mhm.
And we started out with kind of like an informal process where people were getting to meet each other kind of thing. And then we went into the presentation. I would like to suggest that we find a way to do that, to have the candidates and us do like a meet and greet kind of situation virtually, so we can all get on the same page, and then we can roll into the presentations and then have opportunity for open discussion where candidates have an opportunity to ask questions or express concerns, that kind of thing.
And I think that Rebecca, I just want to look at what Rebecca sent out again last time. Let's see.
So I participated last year
Mhm.
Okay,
in that. And we followed the script with our questions. And yeah, we just kind of went through the script. I'm trying to think whether we did the little meet and greet in the beginning. Because I do know
Are
the
we talking-
candidates.
oh,
Donna?
I'm sorry, are we talking about the information session for potential candidates? Or are we
yes,
talking about the candidate
the
forum?
information session.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Okay.
I was talking about the candidate forum. I just was sharing in regards to the meet and greet piece or whatever. I just wanted to, not sure whether we did that or not, but Arlene, you make a great point to figure out a way just to make sure that we incorporate that virtually. So that I just wanted, that was a great point to make sure that we do that some type of way.
Okay, okay, okay. So, okay, so we have here, and you can tell me if you want to do it differently. I have like three different presentations. One that focuses on trustee role and responsibilities, the other on the election process and campaign strategies, and then election night experience and next steps.
You have a script from that, Arlene? Or are we just going to use the PowerPoint as a guide?
I think we should use the PowerPoint as a guide, but we probably will want to add some more to it.
Mhm.
Is this for the informational session you're speaking about?
The information session. For the forum, we will have questions that they will all have an opportunity to answer. So there would be like a setting the stage, and then, it'd be a moderated kind of panel situation, and closing that out.
Yeah.
But right now, the focus is on the information session.
Mhm.
So, do we have anyone who's interested in any of these areas? Who who would like to speak about trustee role and responsibility?
How many areas are we speaking about now? The
Trustee
division?
role and responsibilities, the election process and campaign strategies, and election night experience and next steps.
And so this would be unscripted really, or you can write a script for yourself if you want to. Just having one of us each take one of those areas to facilitate the discussion and kind of present, elaborate on what's on the PowerPoint, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I would do any of those. You can assign me if you'd like.
You have a preference, Brenda?
No. Something later on down the line.
Okay, all right. So, okay. So Donna, why don't you take trustee role and responsibilities?
Okay.
Brenda, you can do election process and campaign strategies.
Okay.
And I'll do election night experience and next steps. And then we will all participate in the listening and responding to candidate concerns. That'll be a discussion. What I'll do is I'll open it up with the meet and greet. And then Donna will roll into and then introduce you guys and what you all would be talking about. And Donna, then you could pick up the ball from there. And then when you're done, Brenda, you can pick it up and go from there.
What is our date again?
Excuse me?
What is our date again? Remind me.
April 6th, I believe.
I thought it was the 5th. It's not,
It's 5th. It's Tuesday night, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, April 5th. I'm sorry. Yeah, 6 p.m.
Mhm. So when we're done, after we have the open discussion, we can ask the candidates, if they feel as though they got everything that they needed.
Mhm.
And then there should be an opportunity if more questions come up. And I don't know how this has been handled, but there should be an opportunity for them to be able to contact somebody if they have some questions after we've ended the session. Is there an opportunity for that?
Do a question and answer?
Yeah, after we're done.
Yeah.
After we're done. Is there a way for the candidates to contact someone if they run into a technical question?
Yep, you can either be myself or if you wanted to give them one of your contacts.
Yeah, that's actually in the information packet.
Yeah, we have it listed as me if they have any.
Okay,
further questions.
fantastic.
Yeah, so we can add a slide for that.
Yeah, please, let's have a slide for that. Okay, excellent. Is there anything else with regard to this?
So
No, we're good? Okay, all right. So then, do we want to talk about we don't really have much time. So the next thing we need to do is establish some time for preparing for the candidates forum. We need to have questions. And that's going to be live. That's going to be live. And are we streaming it?
We will stream it, yes.
Okay.
yeah, the script from last year was shared by Rebecca a week or so ago.
Oh, fantastic.
So I don't know if we want to take a look at that and
Yeah.
see if that still works or update questions or.
Let's take a look at that and be organized for that. I probably would like to take a look at the space, go look at the room that we're going to be in and how everything is going to be set up. We might want to do that. And are we inviting a live audience?
Yes. It will be a live audience because we do our budget presentation as well. It's our one open to the public budget presentation. We usually do a short, like 10 minutes at the beginning and then roll it
Okay.
into.
Okay, so we'll need to have the format for that and how all that is going to work. Okay,
And I'll give you the heads up, we are having the installation of the new AV equipment in that room at the beginning of April. So that should be done by the time we do the candidate forum. And the intent and the hope is that we'll be able to live stream much easier. So it will all be integrated into the room to live stream directly.
okay. So I have curiosity on election night. I know my first time, what I did was I went to the school and sat there and watched the returns come in. Is that going to be an option if people want to do that?
I'll most likely be there myself, so
Okay.
I'll get more information from the school district because I will have to, it depends on if they're going to be letting. I'm sure they will, but we do have to follow their guidelines, so.
Okay, okay, that'll be good. That'll be good. All right. So is there anything else we need to consider? Yes, Donna,
Should we choose our next meeting date?
probably so.
And
Okay.
maybe
And
for,
so, excuse me, what were you saying?
maybe for after the information session?
Mm-hmm.
And the next board meeting is on the 12th.
I will give everybody the heads up. I personally will be out the week of the 18th to the 22nd.
Okay.
But if that's the only time you guys can meet, I can definitely make sure there's another staff member available for the meeting.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so, Lord have mercy. No, I'm just, it's all these different dates. Okay, so how would, okay, how would Tuesday, the 26th be? Or is that too late?
Oh, Brenda, you're muted.
For the,
I'll be in Disney that week, so I can't guarantee I would get on a call.
Yeah, and that's only a week before the information session.
no.
Wait, what month were you just speaking about? I thought you were speaking about,
Okay, I was in April.
yeah, April
So
26th.
I was looking at April 26th.
Yeah, I think she was still thinking it.
Is that too late?
The candidate session is,
The information session is April 5th and
It's
the
April 5th.
candidate forum is May 3rd. So the
Oh, I got
26th would be 1 week before the information session. I think.
Oh, we
Brenda
need to
just
have
said
more
she can't
time
be
than
here.
that. Okay, so. Jesus Christ. Okay, so how would Thursday, the 14th be?
April 14th?
14th.
Yep,
That's
I could
okay
do
with
that.
me.
Can you do that, Brenda?
Yes, that's okay with me.
That's good, Donna? Okay, so that'll be what we'll do, Thursday, the 14th.
And what time?
Want to do 6 o'clock?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, I should have asked you, Melanie, when are you all can do the budget presentation that same day?
on the, for
But you
the,
said,
as the candidate forum, yeah, it's already on our schedule.
okay.
And which goes first? I don't remember. Is it the budget first and then the candidate forum?
Because the way we've done it in the past is we do the budget presentation. I know in the past Scott moderated the candidate forum, so he asked the questions and we had somebody keeping time. And then as we move through the questions, and then we opened it up for just kind of a meet and greet with the candidates in case the public had any questions from the individual candidates. They could just mingle. It wasn't like an official ask
Mm-hmm.
a question. It was individuals could just meander around the room and talk to the candidates.
Okay, so then we wouldn't probably get started with the candidates forum until what, 6:30, 7 o'clock?
Usually 6:30. The presentation, we do a truncated budget presentation because by then we've given it at most of the neighborhood association. So we just do a brief.
Okay, okay,
So it's usually no more than 10, 15 minutes.
okay. Okay. So puzzle me this, the guy, if we're doing a forum on the 14th, some of these guys may not have cleared, the assessment by the school district, right? Because if we're just doing the candidates, the information session on April 5th, these guys are still collecting signatures.
The
So
forum is May 3rd.
the forum is May 3rd, and they would have had their packets in over a week.
Yeah.
So the school usually provides us the information really quick that the people are.
Okay, no, but what I'm saying is, okay, so maybe I'm getting confused. We're doing the candidates forum in April or May?
May.
Okay. All right, great. Okay. So when I was talking before about doing the forum, I was still in April. I was April 26th, but that's too early. So we're looking at May 14th as the date of the candidates forum.
No.
No.
What am I doing?
So the dates are the candidate information session for potential candidates for people who might be interested.
It's April 5th.
That's April 5th.
Okay.
The petitions are due to the school district on April 27th.
Oh,
And
okay.
the candidates who have been validated by the school district as having valid petitions
Okay.
will be confirmed by the school district very shortly thereafter. And then the candidate forum for the actual real candidates will be on May
3rd.
3rd. So a week later.
Yep.
Okay, so the forum for the candidates is what day?
May 3rd.
May 3rd. Okay. Okay. I've got it. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
And then election day is May 17th.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Got it all straight now.
So I think that's it, right?
Mhm.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So can we get access to the updated PowerPoint?
Yeah, I'll update it. I'm happy to update it tonight and send that out.
Okay. Okay. And then we will get to Melanie. Any additional groups that
Mhm.
should be receiving communications from the library about this opportunity by Friday?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to consider? No? We're good? All right.
I take a motion.
I move that we adjourn.
It's been moved. Any questions? It's been seconded. I guess we didn't have any questions. We will stay in touch. Okay, guys, thank you.
All in
so much
favor.
for your good
Got to do
work.
this proper.
Aye.
All in.
Oh, yeah, all in favor? Aye, we favored it.
Okay.
Okay.
So the,
Y'all have a good evening and we'll be
thanks
staying
you
in
too,
touch.
Arlene. And thanks,
Thank you.
Brenda. Thanks, Melanie.
Thank you, guys.